Hello, everybody. Welcome to what is this, week 3 race here of the Choozo Randomizer tournament between tonytyoung on your left screen there and Smelon over on your right screen there. This should be a pretty good race. We have two runners who are pretty well versed in Super Metroid running, and it should be a pretty decent race here. Put this back up. Okay, so in case you don't know, this is the Choozo tournament here, and the Choozo tournament, the runners get to kind of pick their poison. Basically, they get to kind of decide what settings they want to do, and they kind of go with those settings, and they choose things that they like, basically, that they think they can do. And I think for this one, we chose, Tony and Smelon chose full countdown. So that's what you see there in the corner. We'll talk about that in a second. And pretty much everything else is vanilla. So we're going to have vanilla areas, no random areas, no random bosses. That's vanilla bosses. We're going to have, obviously, morph, in early morph, regular starting at ship, all that stuff. But our full countdown is where it's going to be, and that's in the corner up there. So you can see it says Crater 03. This means that we have 3 major items in criteria. By the way, I'm Lies and Gasoline. I go by Lies. I'll be your commentator tonight. Tracking is Vincent, RTA. Thank you, Vincent, for tracking for us. And our first item over here is super missiles. Well, that's good. So we're not going to be hunting for supers. We'll have them, and there won't be a super hunt. So let's see how that goes. All right, which means the morph ball will be in the ceiling over here across the way, and we'll see if these runners can get this first try. First try there from Smelon and from Tony. Very nice. Kirby ship. Yeah, I saw that Kirby ship. All right, so we got a reserve tank over there. Really what the runners are looking for now is some sort of explosive. They have their supers, they have their morph. They need, something to help them break blocks, basically. Power bombs, of course, looking for. And Tony's making an interesting choice here and skipping first missiles. And there was power bombs there. This is a problem. Hopefully Tony remembers, or hopefully there's more power bombs somewhere, right? One of those two things is hopefully true. Let's see how things go. See, now this is the problem. Now Tony can't check below Old Mother Brain, so he will not be able to find what's in there. Now Smelon's making an interesting choice here. Smelon's making an interesting choice going up to Billy Mays. It's not a bad idea. I mean, we have some power bombs, and you have 2 more majors in criteria. So it's not a terrible idea. There's 2 items up here. But we'll see if it pays off. Just missiles there. See, another skip that Tony has to skip, these 230 missiles. He has to skip them. Could be something good there. Yeah, that's a good point. PvV. Non-area rando, this is probably a good choice. Vanilla double Billy Mays. All right, so wave beam at bomb Torizo. Is this major minor? No, probably not. But so that's one lucky stroke there for Tony, that none of those, well, at least one of the majors is something he can check. But still no bombs. No explosives. He's gonna have to look around for these things. Okay, got a backup morph check here from Smelon and an E-tank, which is always good at the beginning. And he's gonna head. They're gonna head back up the elevator. There's Alcatraz there from Tony. Probably going to save and refill, and then really no choice here. He's go down, right? Go down to Terminator. And that's pretty much it. Can't do a gauntlet check. Can't go right. I guess he can go to Red Tower. Oh, he can't go left, can he? Because the blocks are there. So Tony's got a problem. He's going to have to go all the way back down. And I think he's realizing that, yeah. He did heck himself. Yeah, he did. I think he's remembering now where he's going to go. Well, Smelon's on their way up there. Skipping the 230 check. Right. I mean, with 2 more majors, I might have checked that. Oh, he's got no power bombs, so that makes sense. Very good. So Smel's going to get there, wave beam, and Tony's got to head back down. And that's a good point here. Tony could take the meme route now, right? I mean, he will find these supers. And then, he can find the power bombs, and then he can take that left exit and see what's over there in Green Prince Star, possibly. So we'll see what Tony chooses to do here. Smelon making quick work of Choozo. And possibly Tony might be going to the left there, or maybe just checking his item. We'll see. Looks like he's ready to head on that meme route there. I always love a good meme route on a seed. If I get, 2 power bomb packs or something, I could usually go that meme route. I do like it. Another E-tank there for Smelon at 230. So again, Tony's kind of lucked out there because there was nothing super important there at 230. So that's good. All right, Green Bryn has 3 major items there, which means we already have 6 major items, which is a fair amount, for these 2 areas in a full countdown. So we'll see how quickly these items can be found here. Double super pickup there. Green Bryn Star's a little difficult because some of these checks, Tony literally can't make right now, right? And so if anything good is there, it's going to be rough. Here's a back of gauntlet check there from Smelon, and just an E-tank and some missiles. So nothing too fancy up there that they'll be going back for. Here's a Spore Spawn check from Tony. And just some more supers. Alright, I'm going to work on my mic here a little bit and try to stay close to the mic here. See if that helps things. Alright, so now they're both... Oh, there's Gravity right there up in the early supers room there. And Speed. So there's a nice little double pickup there for Smelon. But Tony's going to get there eventually. So it's not like that's going to be missed by Tony. Yeah, and one item left over. Let's see what it is. So kind of an interesting little route deviation here. Now Tony's got a couple options if he takes this backwards route. If he finds something he can get across Moat for, he can go and check out wreck ship. We don't have random bosses. They're vanilla bosses. So if he has something to take out Fantoon, then he can do that. And Smelon's going to be kind of heading the other way. Going to be hitting the middle of Red Tower. Let's see where he goes. Yeah, These dumb slow checks. It's exactly what they are. That is true. Now Smelon found the third major. I missed it. It was Spazer. I must have missed where Spazer was. Probably up top there. And that green bin is clear. And this is the problem, right? Tony's making so many more checks because he hasn't found any of the majors yet. And it's because he went this backwards route, whereas Smelon went this forwards route, the regular route, and found the 3 majors right away. And now Smelon can skip some of these longer checks, like Back of Spore Spawn and Mission Impossible and all that. That's not Mission Impossible, but you know what I'm saying. Early Supers had all 3. That is crazy. Yeah, there's some truth to that. When you go backwards, you have to be prepared, to go to wreck ship early, which means you better be good at that CWJ. If you don't find something to get across moat, right? I don't know why it would be. It makes sense that it's probably actually not slower. It feels slower, right? It feels slower. I don't know. It's just like a feeling. But you're right. I mean, it's not. It's the same route. It's the same distance, but it feels slower. And I think in this case, though, it's gonna be slower for Tony because he's making all these extra checks, and that is a problem here. Oh yeah, speed booster. That's a good point. They did pick that up, so that's good. Let's see, was there any E-tanks on the way for Tony? I feel like there was one somewhere. Where was that? At 230 was an E-tank, I think, so it's possible to check that and have a little bit more energy to get across that moat, And an interesting decision here from Smelon. No majors in Red Bin Star, but deciding to go up, which really says to me that Smelon is planning on doing wreck ship. There's really no other reason to go up here, but there's no majors, just 3 minors up here then. This is an interesting decision, and we'll see if it pays off. And you can really see right now, I guess Smelon's going to check these miners here, so we'll see what they pick up. You can see how far ahead Smelon is because they found the majors in Green Bin Star right away, right? So Tony still has to go up through Kateria here and try to catch up to where Smelon is there. And they're going to be fairly close, but I think Smelon's a little bit ahead. Wonder if Tony will do a back of gauntlet check here. Looks like he is. Smelon. Interesting. Smelon's going to skip that last check there. Those beta power bombs. Well, they're meeting up here pretty soon, which is pretty interesting. So we'll see a little bit of a route divergence here at the beginning, and then a little bit of a route convergence here at the end. I think Smelon's going to go take a oh, no, just doing a little bit of a speed booster strats to get across that moat with a nice little refill on the way, so that's helpful. There's that Kirby ship again. Okay, and it looks like Tony is going to check these landing site power bombs. So if this is the last major in Criteria, well, it's possible that this could put Tony ahead, and it is. Nice little screw attack there for Tony. Very good early, right? It's early. It's 13 minutes in. Seeing screw attack like that before you've done Norfair or anything like that is very good. So this does give Tony a slight edge, I would say, in running through these areas, for sure. For sure. Our ship has 2 major items, so that's going to be something that we can try to find what these are. Wreck ship checks are slow. Hopefully they find them quickly. Let's see. It's like Tony was going for the CWJ. Oh no, he's got gravity, so he can just do that gravity jump up. That makes sense. One of my favorite speedballs right there. Going through Wreck Chef. Yeah, I just thinking about that. Like that speedball is very nice, and it's tough to do. It's not easy. And, that was beautiful there by Smelon. It really was. Hopefully we get a good, clean Phantoon fight here. This is a fight that can go south pretty quickly. So hopefully both our runners handle it pretty well. Getting a little bit of a slow here from Phantoon. Smelon. Get a good Doppler. And this is what I'm saying with Phantoon, man. Phantoon. My least favorite boss in this game, for sure. But it looks like so close. Maybe 1 or 2 missiles away, not much. Another slow. Man. Phantoon is not being nice to Smelon. So Smelon is just finishing their Phantoon, or will be in a minute here. And then Tony's just coming in. 2 speedballs. Yeah, nice. Tony's just coming in. So that's about the difference here. They've taken pretty different routes. You know, Tony went mean route, Smelon kind of doing the more traditional route. Yet they're about 1 Phantoon apart from each other. And if Tony can get a nice Phantoon, if he can get a good Phantoon here, which that was a decent Doppler right there, if he can do this, then he's going to close that gap. Not to mention, he has the screw attack, which Smelon might not get, if we're being honest. I don't really see Smelon going back up there unless there's not a whole other options to go to. So we'll see how things go. Maybe these 2 majors here at Wreck Ship will kind of help some things. 2 different routes, really close. That is true. Be a good race. Just some power bombs here for Smelon. I think that what we're hoping for, the runners are hoping for, is that some of these quicker checks are the ones that have the majors in them. Some of these wreck ship checks are very long. And, you know, and that's true. With 2 items, Vincent brings up a good point. Maybe you do full clear. I think that's a good point. Oh, there's one right away. So with 1 item left, and it being plasma, maybe you still full clear. It's kind of early, and you made the wreck ship play, so you might as well finish the wreck ship play. But that's a nice plasma there for Smelon. Tony will find that here in just a second. And we're pretty close. Yeah, see now, as far as, hoping for chars and stuff, where are we at right now? We're about, 40-20 on Smelon's side, 20-30 on Tony's side. No, I think that you keep collecting the supers, but yeah, you might give up on missiles now. I think. I mean, it's a tough call. It's one of those gamble calls, you know. It's full countdown, so it could be that this last major here is charged, or I mean, it could be, you know, deep in lower North here. I mean, it doesn't really, you don't really know. It's a tough call for sure. I think if I were playing, I would probably start skipping missiles. Maybe if I was on Smelon's side, possibly, and just pick up those supers until charge decided to show up. Just some more missiles, yeah. And Smelon's going to do that. Smelon's going to skip these missiles with plasma and 20 supers and 40 missiles already. Probably not really a huge benefit to getting those. I tell you, the movement from these two runners is very good. Very good. So Tony's doing this check back here. Smelon did not do this check. So that's where the major is, which means that Tony now can stop checking wreck ship. And Tony doesn't have to go bowling. Tony doesn't have to do all those things at top of wreck ship that are slow, which I was talking about. And yeah, this does put Tony in the lead. That one skip there from Smelon, that was a costly skip. Yeah, that's true. If Smelon finds nothing, which they'll find nothing, it's possible that they could reset back to their wreck ship save and then go see what that is. That's a good point. I mean, I didn't even question the save because I am a save happy person when I play this game. But that's a good point. Maybe that was a tactical save to go back to. And really, this is Smelon's advantage. If Charge is hidden deep at Shack Tool or something, and Smelon continues to pick up ammo, that could be one advantage that Smelon could have, and that could swing it back. But as of right now, like Tony's done. Tony's done with wreck ship. He's off down red tower, and Smelon's still kind of there, still kind of putting around up there. I don't even know if Tony will check any of these miners. So there's nothing here. Yeah. So he's skipping the 3 miners that are there. He has plasma. So right now, Tony's kind of banking on Charge, is what that tells me. I think that these miners up here, if Charge doesn't turn up, you're probably going to come visit these again. It's not a huge deal. But that's kind of what looks like he's doing there. Just heading down Red Tower. Where do you go if you're Tony? I think that if you're Tony, you might break that tube and check out Meridia. You don't have Varia, no hint of anything. You only have 3 E-tanks. It's kind of tough to do hell runs on those. I think that right now you break that tube and you head up Meridia. Looks like that's what's happening. Okay, so Smelon is going back. I was worried about that. I was worried that Smelon would decide not to go back. It looks like they are. That's good. So Smelon is going to get... doing a save scum here. Smelon is going to get that item back there if you need it, but he's going to get it anyway. It's a problem, right? He doesn't know. Smelon doesn't know it's just Spring Ball. I mean, it could be Varia, as far as Smelon knows. So I think he's better off getting it. Well, I think they're better off getting it while they're here. Right, because they don't know it's just Spring Ball. But, it's a long check. It is a long check. And Tony's just pulling further and further ahead. Tony's trying to screw attack those blocks. I believe those blocks are only screw attack blocks in area rando, so it's possible. It's possible. All right, so there's the reset. So at least now Smelon has that knowledge that there's nothing there. They can reset back to their wreck ship save and head on out of here. Right, get out of here. Head back down Red Tower. Here we go. All right, so 3 majors in East Meridia. That's pretty good. I didn't notice how many were in West Meridia. Anybody happen to see that? 5 items there anyway, so it's probably a 0 or a 1 or something. But 3 items is 0. Thank you. 3 items is good here. Again, same thing with wreck ship. A lot of these checks are long, and it looks like Tony's gonna do a couple of these sand pits, taking some saves. and probably just gonna reset. Oh, not resetting this one. That's for sure. Or okay, see, I like this. This is the kind of thing that I don't think to do. Tony knows it's there, so he's good now. Yeah, he's gonna go up. He's gonna finish Dragon. He's gonna go that way, and then go head back down that sand pit, grab Varya, and I believe, other than charge or ammo, that puts him in go mode right there. So it's an interesting tactical save there. That would very heads up play. It's probably not something I would think to do. So super heads up. Yeah, you're gonna head back down there. Grab that Varya on the way back down. That's perfect. Very nice play. All right, so Smelon found that last major in Criteria. It was Screw Attack, so they have that now. That's good. They're gonna head back down Red Tower, I'm sure, and check out Meridia. Would be my guess. Nice fight there from Tony. Neighborhood water snake. Just missiles there for Tony. Still got, 2 other majors up here somewhere. So it's possible it could be something good. I mean, do they have a worst room item? Well, Spring Ball. Tony has a worst room in the game item with Spring Ball. But Smelon does not, because they elected to skip that Spring Ball. So if there is no worst room item here, if that's the only one that's accessible, that could be a problem here for Smelon. So we're hoping it's not. This is, medium difficulty, so I don't think that's the only way you could get up worst room in the game. I don't believe. I think there's other ways to get up there in logic, at least. Where those items are, who can say? They could be very well hidden. And there goes Smelon, following in the footsteps there of Tony. So he's about a Meridia behind, with Tony just now getting over to Dragon. And it's just that one skip check really put them a little bit behind there. Smelon going back. I guess took a look up there and saw it was 0 in West Meridia, and then decided it's probably not worth it. I can respect that decision. That makes sense. You got Kraid right here. With vanilla bosses, so Kraid is going to be here. It makes sense. You're here. You might as well do Kraid. Unfortunately, what's probably banking on was that there was items here, which unfortunately there's not. But it's okay. I mean, it has to be done. Kraid has to be done. And if you're going to do it, might as well do it while you're here. No point in coming back later. Anyway, on the other side, Tony, the speed kill here for Dragon. Interesting way to kill. Oh, look good. I think. I am not an expert at speed kill with Dragon. I'll tell you that right now. Double bosses on the screen here. Kraid on the right. Dragon on the left. Get those supers in there. Yeah, there we go. Nicely done, Tony. And a beautiful quick kill from Smelon. Very good ability there to check this out. Both of these runners really are showing excellent movement. I think they're both very experienced Metroid runners. And really, if you can, give them both a follow, because they're putting on a pretty good show here. Making some decisions, some right decisions, some wrong decisions, whatever. But you know what? They're putting on a great show. So definitely give them that follow. Nothing in the back of Dragon. So there's still 2 more majors somewhere out here. Don't really know if Tony's going to check them. Possibly. Maybe if... I can't even think of any that are really on the way to check. I think that possibly Tony might just kind of go down and grab that Varia and head on down to Norfair. This is one of those rooms where Tony's in. That's very annoying when you don't have any really good movement items. Going up and down these walls like that. Terrible room. Terrible room. All right, so Smelon's heading down. After Kraid deciding not to go back up to Meridia and take care of Dragon, heading down and finds a 4 here in Upper Norfair, which is a fair amount. It's nice, right? There's 4 items up here, so that's not bad. Making these hell runs with 5 E-tanks is definitely doable. 5 E-tanks plus the reserve that they have, definitely doable. So, you know, maybe they'll find something good here. We'll see. There's just an E-tank there at ice. Always like finding E-tanks when you're doing hell runs, but then you're kind of like, I want real items. I want some good stuff. Give me some good stuff. Alright, so Tony's going to pick up Varia suit here and head back down. It's interesting to see what Tony will do when he heads down that elevator and he sees that big 4 up in up north. It's interesting to see what he's going to do. Will he check anything? Will he do the high jump check? Things like that? Or will he just head on down, keep on going? It's a judgment call, possibly. I think that with the only worst room item being Spring Ball that they have right now, I think that Tony might do a couple of these checks just to try to find high jump or space jump or something to kind of help you out a little bit with the movement. Because right now you don't have much, and it's tough. It's tough for sure. Smelon taking the Speedway. Gotta love that Speedway. Is Croc's door is not unlocked, right? So they can't just jump in and check the number, I believe, because it's not area rando. So you'd have to, if you jumped in there to Croc, you would have to fight Croc. And that's a long one. Yeah, right. All right, so Tony has 2 bosses down. Smelon also has 2 bosses down. It's the second boss was a little bit different there for both of them. I know. I feel like every seed that I watched and played has been area rando. So it's weird kind of seeing when you're not worried about where these transitions are going. All right, so Tony's gonna hit Kraid first. That's probably the right call because it's possible that that this could have had something. It's just weird. It's like area rando, but everything is vanilla. You know. That's and did you see that little peek there on Smelon's screen? So there's our charge, which Smelon's gonna get here on the way out, and there's space jump. So this is interesting. Now, if Tony decides to not do this check right here, this high jump check, he's not gonna have space jump, right? He's not gonna have charge at the moment. So he's going to do a bunch of other checks for things like ammo and other better, worst room items. I mean, it's a quick check. I would definitely do this check if this was me. Just 3 items. It's pretty quick, easy peasy. I could see skipping ice, maybe, right? Skipping that ice check, but hitting the high jump check. We'll see. We'll see what Tony does here. But this does kind of put... because Smelon never went up. So Smelon's going to do more hell runs here. And, well, they're not going to find anything. They're not. So, yeah, Tony still ahead, even if he doesn't really do that high jump check. But let's hope he does. Let's hope he does that high jump check. All right, anyway, Kraid taken down there by Tony. Take him to prom before he takes him down, as I often do. He's going to head back down the elevator, and head up into up north. See that big old 4 right there. You got to watch the logic on these things because this is what, medium difficulty? Let me get my cheat sheet, my logic cheat sheet. I had that somewhere. made by Exact Science, which I stole. Yeah, there's some bosses down. Oh, thank you, Vincent, very much. But I don't know what hell runs are required on medium difficulty. I don't know if, for example, speed is required without like 7 E-tanks or something like that. Although they have speed, so it's probably less. But there's requirements for all this. Who checks bosses? Let's see if I can find my file here that shows this stuff. This one right here. Okay, so good. Tony is doing the check. That's good. He's gonna find what, the super beams and that space jump, which will help him out immensely here. Okay, so it looks like medium difficulty. Those hell runs were in logic, so that's the way to go. And we'll check them while you're here. Wait, what did Tony do? I was looking at Smelon's screen. Oh, he didn't he didn't go in the room where high jump is. He skipped it. Interesting. I don't get it either, although you gotta maybe, I mean, it's one of those things where you can't really fault him for it, I guess. What are the chances that was something good? And he has Spring Ball, right, Danger Mouse. He has Spring Ball, so it's not like that was his only worst room item. That's probably the worst room item, maybe, in my opinion. But he's got it. Yeah, he's going, right? He figures, that's one door transition. It's probably nothing I need, right? Nothing that'll help me. He skipped it. I mean, see if it pays off. We'll see what happens. And his go mode is pretty comfortable. I mean, other than his worst room item, which, I mean, if he's good with the spring ball jump, then he's probably fine with this go mode. But if you're not good with that spring ball jump, then this is the worst room item, right? The worst one. You think that's what he said about those first PBs? I think he just forgot them. I don't know. I think he wasn't really thinking that there could be something down there. Yeah, this will be really slower. His space jump, I mean, that space jump makes everything. It makes a lot of rooms faster. It makes this room faster for sure. It makes like what? Not Cathedral. What's that room called with the rising lava? Makes that room faster for sure. It makes a ton of rooms faster, and especially paired up with Screw Attack, you just plow through pillars and things. Yeah, he's gonna miss it for sure. So the fact that Smelon has it does give him a slight advantage. But then enough here to do a catch up. We'll have to see. Tony's having a little bit of trouble here with this grav jump. This is a tough gravity jump, especially without high jump boots. Yeah, see, you gotta pause it. Like, there's probably not that many frames where you can get the correct height for this gravity jump here. This is a tough gravity jump. Come on, Tony. Get it. Nice. Very nice. Meanwhile, Smelon over there taking down Dragon. So Smelon is now not that far behind, especially with that space jump and everything. It's possible we could see a very close ending here. We're gonna see. Oh, not to mention he has charged plasma here against Dragon. And won't know, go right to it. See, that's a great point, Vincent. Smelon did not check Sandpit and does not know that Fairy is there. That's a good point. Well, here's to hope that the first place that Smelon decides to go to check for this major here is down in those sand pits. Let's hope, huh? It's all good. I just I know that you love doing comms and stuff, so I was like, oh, you should be my co-com. That's all good though. No worries. You're helping me out in the chat. You're co-chatting. All right. So Tony made quick work of that worst room in the game. We were nervous for nothing. Tony is an excellent Super Metroid player. We should all be ashamed for doubting him in the first place. Heading up here into this room, and this is the room I could not remember the name of, but it is an annoying room. I know that. All right, so Smelon's back down in Aqueduct here. So let's see. Let's cross our fingers. Let's make sure that they try to check Amphitheater. They try to check these sand pits, which it looks like they're doing. Making this save here tells me that they're gonna head down these sand pits. Yeah, the second worst room in the game. That's really what it should be called. Right? For sure. Yeah, Amphitheater is what it's called, of course. It was this one, right? This is the one. So we're good. This is the perfect idea. He's got it. Very good. But I mean, if you think about it, that was the first really logical check. You're not going to check plasma first, right? You're not going to go up that way. You're not going to do anything else other than this sand pit. This is the first one. And, well, it turns out that's the perfect spot for Smelon. So that puts Smelon, I believe, in full go mode. And now it's just a race to the finish here. And I think the one advantage that Smelon has here is that space jump. Look at this room. How fast Smelon does this room. Right? I mean, that's the kind of thing that space jump helps you with. It makes each room a little bit faster, most rooms. And over time, which we still have, a good 20 minutes left in this race, over time, it's going to let Smelon catch up. Now, is it going to be able to catch up enough? I don't know. We'll see. I mean, Tony's already at Ridley. Here we go. Excellent fight from Tony here. Getting Ridley to pogo like this is not easy. It's not. And these professionals here make this look so easy to get Ridley to do what she's doing right now. He's doing? Ridley's a he. And that's it. It's over. So quick. Or you take Ridley. No hesitation. Beautiful job. Right, and there goes Smelon. So now Smelon's not going to do any of these checks. There's no reason to do any checks. Smelon is just going to head down through Lower North Hill. And finish this off. And see if that space jump's good enough. Right, so there's more time saved there from Smelon, just space jumping right up that lava dive there. And there's Tony out. See another speedball from Tony. Let's see. Another one of my favorite speedballs here. Oh, so close. Yeah, just powered it. Good call. Right, so we can kind of time this here. About 43 minutes or so is where Tony kind of heads out of Ridley's lair like that. So that's about 43 minutes. So we'll see where Smelon's at when we get there. I'm guessing probably about, oh man, this is a tough one. Maybe about 5 minutes, something like that, between these runners right now. But that gap is ever closing because of that space jump there from Smelon. So we'll see. We'll see where the timer's at here when Smelon finally gets out of Ridley's lair there. Some of these seeds that we've been watching have been a little convoluted. Some of these have had, long times for supers and things. And this one's been pretty straightforward, really. Both runners have routed it pretty well. I think we probably give the edge to Tony for routing, but that's not really the fault of Smelon. Smelon made no bad decisions or anything like that. It's just that I think the decisions for Tony so far have been probably the ones that worked out the best for this seed. But like I said, definitely not bad decision. You see that I like this trick right here, this charge plasma trick where you run towards them, and it double hits those pirates. That's really good. Yeah, the whole difference was attic versus not, right? That's really it right now. The fact that Tony found the major, that spring ball, over there at Red Ship E-Tank, and Smelon chose to skip it and head up the attic instead. And this is really the time difference. That is true. I was way off on my time. We're going to be probably 4 minutes apart. That's it. All right, so with the bosses down, Tony's done. Tony's going to head probably up Meridia. That's probably, well, he doesn't have space jump, but it's still probably the fastest route. And straight up to Torian. And I think that's it, pretty much, there for Tony. And very soon, Smelon will join, although Smelon's having some issues here with no supers. This is a charge, Ridley. Nice, very nice, very nice. I always get nervous having to fight Ridley with a charge beam. I feel like if I have ability to kill him with supers, I'm going to kill him with supers for sure. All right, so here goes Tony, heading on up. Nothing else Tony needs. Tony's good to go, although it has to gravity jump up this door right here because the game does not expect you not to have high jump here. So gravity jump required. And he's off. So we're getting close here. What did we say? We said 43 minutes. I think it was 43:17 or something when Tony got out of Ridley's lair here. And Smelon is almost there. So really it's about 3 minutes or so. 3 minutes or so. Yeah, was it 40? Oh yeah, it'd be 4 minutes. You're right. So about 4 minute difference here, which it's a lot. At this stage in the seed, it's going to be a lot to catch up. So I think Smelon is kind of hoping for that space jump to make the difference here. So we'll see how that happens. See how that works for them here. No ship save there from Tony. Tony does not get a refill here because this is not area rando, which is probably well, no, it's not fine. It's probably fine. He's probably gonna get some health here from the Metroids, but I would have probably took that refill. I don't know. Maybe it's just me being nervous and being inexperienced. He's good, Polar Bear Bunny says. All right, so we'll go with it. Go with it. Smelon's got to be careful here. I don't know how much reserves they have, but hopefully it's a good amount. I don't care how good you are. Four tank Mother Brain is spooky. It is. For sure, because not only you gotta not hit Mother Brain, you got all the stuff before it you gotta worry about. Yeah, that's scary for sure. All right, so Smelon's heading back down. Very quickly gonna catch up to where Tony is, and we should see both runners here in Torian. It's really kind of interesting. Both of these runners, took pretty different routes, but the only difference between them is one of them has spring ball and the other has high jump. Space jump. But that's really the only difference. They took pretty different routes, decently different routes, basically, to find what they found. But it ended up kind of with the same items in the same location. Just one route was maybe a little bit slower. So it's a pretty interesting seed here. Pretty straightforward seed. Nothing too crazy on this seed. But, interesting nonetheless, for sure. There's that space jump again, helping you out, especially in the water. You just basically tap jump, and you'd be jumping up, no big deal. I don't know if Smelon does baby skip, but that's another thing that could put them a little bit closer here. I don't know if they have ice beam, so they can do their Zeb skip, no problem. And here we go. Tony's second guessing himself here. He looks up at his 4E tanks, and he decides, oh, you know what? Hang on, let me just do a quick save right here. Yeah, why not, right? So that's probably a good call. A 4E tank plus the reserve that's not a fun mother brain, for sure. Things can go wrong very quickly. Here comes that Zeb skip there. Very nice. First try, second try. Nicely done. And, yeah, so Smelon did have to take that chip save. Okay, so this is a 20-shot mother brain, I want to say. So, it shouldn't be too bad. Get those shots going. And there is Smelon heading into Torian right there. It's interesting. Both of these runners probably think they're ahead, right? Or they think they have a good chance of winning this. Neither of these runners really made any mistakes or anything, or any wrong calls, which they kind of look back and say were wrong. I mean, I feel like both of these runners might think they have a good chance at winning this. So we're going to probably see some riskier play, possibly. Look at this Metroid room here from Smelon. Beautiful. Love that. Very nice. Who hates the Kirby ship? I hate the Kirby sprite. The Kirby sprite is ridiculous. But the Kirby ship is cool. It's fine. Excellent job by Smelon here through the Metroid rooms. And we'll see if Smelon can do this baby skip here, if they decide to. Like I said, both these runners showing excellent movement, and showing a great knowledge of this game here. Give them both a follow here, tonytyoung and Smelon on Twitch here, and make sure that you let them know how well they're doing here. I mean, this is a great race. We're gonna probably maybe see 2 sub hours here, possibly. I think definitely on Tony's side, and Smelon's gonna be close, but it's possible we could see 2 sub-hour finishes here. Baby caught him there. 2 sub-hour finishes here on a medium full countdown seed, which is just excellent. Just excellent. So there goes Tony finishing off. Oh yeah, that's true. You do need that high jump. You do need that high jump. 64-bit Link. This is why you're gonna beat me in our race, because you think of things like that, and I don't. This is why you're gonna win our race. All right, here we go. So no random escape. 3 minutes on the clock. This will be a pretty standard escape here, especially with speed booster. The be able to kind of just quickly go up there, and we should see a strong finish here from Tony. It's possible. Should have a good race. What do you think? Do you think Smelon can sub-hour here? I feel like this is going to be pretty quick. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. This is going to be tough. Yeah, we have an afternoon race down there on Saturday, I think. Saturday. All right, heading up. Last part here through Parlor for Tony, while Smelon finishes phase 2 of Mother Brain there. Getting hit by those steam pulses, whatever you want to call them, and there's our finish right there. So in first place with a race time.gg time of 55 minutes and 27 seconds, blazing speed. Tony takes the win here for this match. Get your GGs in the chat. Very nice, Tony. And then there's Smelon kind of finishing things off there. And Smelon's going to have a respectable time as well. This is one of those losses that hurts the most. Having a time of about an hour, and unfortunately coming in second. It definitely hurts. Definitely. There's those Kirby eyes. the Kirby eyes staring at you right there on Tony's screen. Really, we're only missing 2 items. We're missing bombs, and we're missing high jump. I think that one had to be in East Meridia, and I think that was the other one, Lower Norfair, maybe, possibly. Can't really remember, but we're just... Oh no, we haven't. Of course, we haven't got grapple and X-ray. What am I talking about? So they're out there as well. I'm gonna try to get Tony in here for an interview, I believe. See if he's gonna be interested in doing that. Phase 3 done. Smelon's gonna make this escape, and if they can do it in 2 minutes and 30 seconds, they'll have a sub-hour time as well. He needs an invite. Vincent, do you know how to invite? If you could do me a favor, if you got a minute, invite Tony up into here. If you can. Thank you. All right, here comes that exit here. This is always tough without high jump, especially when you have speed without high jump. This is a tough road. This is one that always gets me, typically. It's just terrible. Getting there. It's like 2 sub-hour times here from our runners. High jumps at the power bar's a shame. Probably not worth checking, but it was right there, exactly. But at that point, you want to go. You're not checking that. You just gotta go. Okay, and get your GGs in the chat there for Smelon, finishing in second place with a time of 59 minutes and 6 seconds. GG Smelon, GG. 2 sub-hour times. on this seed right here. Excellent, excellent work. All right, let's see. I think we're still looking for Tony. Let's see if we can get Smelon in here. Click that done, so Smelon can get in here as well. See if they'll get in here. I think the big story for this seed though is just different choices. That's really all it is. It's the choices that these runners made, and it turns out that while they weren't bad choices, they were just different choices, and it made things a little bit different. All right, so let's see if we can get them in here. We're having issues with invites. Oh, there's Smelon. Looks like Smelon's going to come in here in just a second. I think we're still trying to get Tony in here. There's Smelon. GG's, man. That's a tough loss. Getting a sub-hour here in this seed, and yet coming in just slightly in second place. How are you feeling about this one?
I felt pretty good, honestly. Just full clearing the wreck ship was really bad, but I feel like I played really well, especially through like Lower Norfair.
Yeah, the movement was excellent. The decisions were excellent. Really, the only the amount you were behind was the amount of time it took you to check that attic. And if you had gone to the other way first, and checked that red skip E-tank, you would have been right there. Yeah, that's really the only decision. Crazy. But sub-hour, you got to be proud of that. That's fantastic, for sure.
Yeah, thank you.
We're still trying to get Tony here too, but maybe having some issues. Either way, so decent go. I think they said that high jump was one of the ones that was there at Power Bombs of Shame. Good call. After Dragon, we were wondering where you were going to go after Dragon, because by that time we knew where Varia was. We knew it was in that sand pit, that right sand pit there. And we were wondering if after Dragon, you were going to kind of head that way. And you did. You made the right choice there.
Unfortunately, I made a beeline right to Varia. I was very lucky.
Yeah, it was super lucky, and it was the correct move. I mean, he could have done a plasma check. He could have done left sand pit. He could have done a whole number of other choices that would not have worked out the way it did. So congratulations on that. Sure.
I saved beforehand so I could reset right sand pit if it ended up being the left one, or maybe I was gonna find grappled and have to go check Shack Tool. I didn't want to do that, but that was on the table.
Yeah, we noticed that as well, and we thought you saved in wreck ship before you went up to attic. So we were kind of thinking that maybe you were going to find nothing up there and kind of reset to that or something. So I mean, the tactical saves is the way to go for these for sure. So
yeah,
definitely.
I was intending to do that, but then for whatever reason, I decided to just keep the items that I found, even though I found nothing. But right. I probably should have reset that save. But
I don't think it would have saved you too much time, because by the time you would have reset, you would have been right there at the end of where gravity is, so it wouldn't have saved you too much time. But I mean, who knows? You didn't know you're going to find charge, so it didn't hurt to keep them at the time for sure.
Yeah, I did check a lot of miners early on.
Yeah, and then charge happened to be right there for you. OGC, is this Tony? Tony, GG, congrats on the first place finish, sub-hour time. Fantastic. How are you feeling about that?
I felt pretty bad. GG's to Smelon, by the way. But for some reason, after getting the reserve tank, I forgot I had Morph. So I totally forgot to get Awakening Missiles, which was first Power Bombs.
Yeah.
And then when I got the Wave Beam, I was thinking, this is an area, so I can't go to the right. So I definitely forgot something.
Right.
And I just felt bad ever since then.
it was an interesting call. It did turn out not to hurt you too much, but yeah, we were wondering if you just forgot that was there, or maybe we're thinking because it's not a major or something. But it was a choice. That's true. That's true. Another choice was skipping high jump boots location, which happened to be space jump, and so skipping that meant you didn't have space jump the rest of the time. Which is a little helpful movement item. That's really all.
Yeah, that feels really bad. There were 4 items in Upper Norfair, and I didn't expect 3 of them to be in one place. So when I
Right.
saw the charge, I realized, well, this is go mode. That's like I already feel behind. I don't want to check another item.
Yeah, you went with the
Um,
odds. Like, what are the odds that 3 of them would be in that? Not. I mean, yeah, I get it. I get it.
yeah, that sucks to hear.
You had a worst room item at the time. You had that spring ball jump. You did an awesome spring ball jump up there in the worst room. So I don't think it hurt you too bad. But it was a choice, as
It was
PvP
it
would
was a
say.
choice.
Yes. Yeah, early supers and high jump. Yeah, early supers had those 3 majors too, for sure. So interesting seed, pretty straightforward. I think it's interesting because you both kind of went different routes, yet you kind of ended up with the same items at the end. Like, it's kind of interesting how that kind of happened. You ended up very close, what, a minute apart, something like that. So excellent race from you two.
Yeah, I'm looking
For
forward
sure.
to watching it back. It sounds like Smelon also did wreck ship first.
Yeah, they did. Smelon went through Red Tower the normal way, and then Smelon, you decided to go up. What was you thinking in that decision right there?
Going up, I just felt like I had gravity suit, so like I could get through wreck ship pretty easily, and hopefully if Varia's there and Tony like wastes time doing hella runs in Upper Norfair, then that saves me a lot of time. But yeah, I guess I was just banking on a good item being there, but didn't pay off. But
Yeah. No, it ended up being probably the correct choice for the seed going up, even though there was nothing really up there. Um, I mean, possibly, but either way, it was an interesting choice. And it turned out that kind of brought you both back together because Tony ended up going meme route, heading back down to check those awakening missiles down there. Went meme route, and then you guys kind of ended up together going into wreck ship. So it was an interesting kind of divergence and convergence there for you both.
Yeah, and the thing about meme route in this seed was all the majors in Green Bryn were in the early supers area, so I ended up checking a lot more Pink Bryn than I wanted to.
Yeah, that's true. Smelling came down and they were done checking right away. They found all 3 right away. So yeah, that's an interesting point as well.
I
Okay.
was happy with the ammo situation, but then charge was right there, so I had 55 supers when I found charge.
Yeah, that's true. But well, at least you still hit, you could stop then, right? It's better late than never, as they say, right? But yeah, we were wondering if you were going to stop and check high jump location on the way down, or if you were just going to say, I'm in go mode, I'll find enough ammo, let's go. And we were wondering what you were going to do. No, it's a good thing you checked it.
Yeah, my thinking was there's 3 items there. If it's all ammo, I'll be happy. If it's majors and they're good majors, I'll also be happy. And it turned out that it was ice and charge and space jump, which I skipped. But
Yeah, for sure. Well, great race, like I said. Both sub-hour, which is fantastic. Very quick race. This is like, watching baseball and it gets done in like 2 hours or something. I mean, that's it. It's a very quick game, very quick race. Excellent movement from both of you. Honestly, do us all a favor if you're watching this. Give these runners a follow. They put on an excellent show for you. Any last words? Any last thoughts here about this seed?
thank you for commentating.
Yeah,
And
no
yeah,
problem.
Tony.
yeah, GG's against the Smelon. And yeah, thanks Slides and Gasoline and Vincent RTA for the comps and tracking. And thanks for Idle for putting up this tournament.
For sure. Thank you for running it, for sure. Yeah, so Vincent was our tracker here today. Make sure you give him a follow if you can. And Idle putting on this interesting tournament. We've had a bunch of different races that have been super interesting, and it's because of these Choozo kind of choose your own adventure rules here that Idle put on. So yeah, thank you very much. Okay, well, I think I think that about wraps things up here. So if anybody has any last thoughts, let me know. But I just want to say, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this excellent race between these two runners. Okay, so that being said, I think we can kind of wrap things up here. I think there is a race probably still going on another Speed Gaming channel, I'm assuming. Actually, I don't know. Let me check here real quick if that race is still. It is still going on. I think it's on channel 2, Speed Gaming 2. So, Speed Gaming 3, sorry. So, if you want to check out that other race, it's between Kevnastics and Sasha Boss. That's on Speed Gaming 3 right now. So, that's a good place to go. Can we raid them? How do we do this? Can we do that? I know it's a thing I've seen. I don't know if we can do it. I'll have to see if we can do it. But either way, thank you so much for watching. It will auto-choose the channel. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. I have been Lies and Gasoline, being your commentator here today. I hope you all have a great day wherever you are. And I guess we will see you next mission. Bye, everybody.